Multi-step conversions. Conversions keep the same amount of the total measurement it is just measured differently. A multi-step conversion occurs when more than one conversion is needed to solve. So let's look at an example. Example 1. Convert 35 square meters to square kilometers. So here we are going from meters squared to kilometers squared. So in order to take care of this 35 meters squared, we will need to do 2 conversion factors to be multiplied with it. So we know 1,000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. So what we need to do is go 1,000 meters over, and then on top, 1 kilometer. Then we need to do this again, because we have meters squared here. So meters squared could be written as m times m. So we have to get rid of 2 units of meters, and we need it to be kilometers squared. So we need 2 kilometers in order to be multiplied together to get square kilometers. So now this can cross out because there's 1 here and 1 here, and then we're left with kilometers, kilometers. Then we can go ahead and multiply 35 times 1 times 1, and then on the bottom we would multiply this 1,000 times 1,000, and we would take whatever's on the top and divide by what's on the bottom. So with our calculators out, 35 times 1 is 35. Then 1,000 times 35 times 1 is equal to 35 over 1,000 times 1,000 is equal to, so we have 1 million. So we take 35 and divide it by 1 million. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we get 0.00035. So we get 0.00035. Now this is kilometers squared. Now let's do another example. Example 2. Convert 12 square meters to square centimeters. So this time we're going from square meters to square centimeters. And so we know 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Then we will need to convert. So we need to go 12 square meters, so meters squared. In order to get rid of meters, we're going to put it on the bottom. So we have 1 meter over 100 with 100 centimeters on top. We're going to do this twice. This way, it gets rid of this meter squared with this meter and this meter, and we're left with centimeters times centimeters, so that's square centimeters. Then we will multiply what's on top, and we would multiply what's on bottom. Take what's on top divided by what's on bottom. So for this, we would go 12 times 100 times 100, and we get 120,000, and then it's over 1, so it continues to be the same. So now let's do another example. Example 3. Convert 7,832 milligrams to kilograms. So for this, we're going to have to go through a few steps. So to go from milligrams to kilograms, we first just need to go to grams, and then we can go to kilograms, because we know a conversion from milligrams to grams, and we know a conversion from grams to kilograms. So we know 1,000 milligrams is equal to 1 gram. Then we know 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. And so with that, this will help us be our roadmap to get to kilograms. So we go from 7,832 milligrams, and we need to multiply it by this conversion factor. And so what we need to do is put the milligrams on the bottom in order to cancel out our units, and we put the 1 gram on top. Then we notice that we have grams on the top now, and we need to get rid of grams because we need kilograms at the very end. So in order to get rid of grams, we need to go ahead and put the 1,000 grams on the bottom and put the 1 kilogram on the top. Then we can cancel out our units. So this milligram and this milligram cancel out. This gram and this gram cancel out. And so we're left with just kilograms on top, which is exactly what we want. And so we know we've set up this problem right. So what we do is we multiply what's on the top, and then we multiply what's on the bottom. This would be 7,832 times 1 times 1 over 1,000 times 1,000. So let's get our calculators out. So this just becomes on the top 7,832 divided by what's on bottom, 1,000 times 1,000. So we get 1 million. Then we need to take this number and divide by 1 million. And then we're left with 0.007832. And this is in kilograms. So this would be our solution. Let's do another example. Example 4, convert 2 liters to cubic centimeters. So here we're going from liters to cubic centimeters. Now, in our last video, we went from milliliters to cubic centimeters. So in order to go from liters to cubic centimeters, we can go through converting first liters to milliliters and milliliters to cubic centimeters. So this would be the way we would get there. And so we know that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. And then we know 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter. Now let's set up our problem. So we have 2 liters, and we need to use this first unit conversion. So we'd put the 1 liter on the bottom and then the 1,000 milliliters on top in order to get rid of liters in the units. Then on our next one, we would put milliliters on the bottom because this is on the top. So you put 1 milliliter on the bottom and 1 cubic centimeter on the top. So then we can get rid of our units. These cross out, and then we're left with cubic centimeters, which is exactly what we want. Then we can go ahead and just multiply what's on the top together, and then what's on the bottom is just 1 times 1, which is 1. So then 2 times 1,000 times 1 is just 2,000 over 1. So we're left with 2,000 cubic centimeters as our final solution. Now let's look at one final example. Example 5. Convert 60 miles per hour to kilometers per minute. So for this, we have a multi-step conversion like we've done. And so we have miles per hour, and we need to go to kilometers per minute. So we need to convert this miles to kilometers, and then we need to convert hours to minutes. So we need to get to miles to kilometers, which we know that 0.6214 miles is equal to 1 kilometer. Then we need to get from hour to minutes, which we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So these are our conversion factors that we're going to use. So in order to convert this, we're going to go 60 miles per hour. Then let's go ahead and deal with the distance first. So we need to get rid of miles. So we're going to put this 0.6214 mile on the bottom, and then on the top 1 kilometer. So we've dealt with our distance because now we're in kilometers. Then we need to deal with our time. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes because we need to go ahead and get rid of hours. So now we need to put this hours on the top in order to get rid of it. Now we cancel out our units. Miles and miles cancel out, and we're left with kilometers. This hour cancels out with this one, and then we're left with minutes. So let's go ahead and multiply what's on the top. So 60 times 1 times 1. So that's just 60. Then on the bottom, we need to go ahead and multiply this 0.6214 times 60. So this 0.6214 times 60. So we're left with 37.284. Now we go from 60 and divide by 37.284, and we're left with 1.61. We'll round to the nearest hundredth. And this is in kilometers per minute.